Yeah, and I think you can tell me if this is true because everyone has like a very different mind, so I don't want to project like my shit on you, but like the problem with like at first of all having too much time is a very good green flag. Like most agencies I talk to, they're working 15-hour days and they're still not getting shit done. So the green flag for knowing you run a business the right way is if you think you're doing too little. So the best business people on the planet, they have to work 3 hours a day. My take, because the systems are in place, right? So it's a very good thing. And problem is you're gonna be faced with this situation where it's like, I could do these 100 things for the next 10 hours, but when am I doing enough? When am I doing too little? And one thing I would propose, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I would test it out if I was you though, because for me that was also a big help. Because I'm a bit addicted to working nowadays. Like even if you give me $1 trillion, I'd probably still wake up and do something. Is to kind of reverse engineer what you need to do to hit 100K, break it down into tasks, and put it into calendar blocks. Now, how that sounds very broad, but the way I would break it down is okay. Like let's just take IG for example. In order to get our IG up, we need to, ideally we have 30 minutes of research for like content specific. We have, let's say, 1 hour of just analysis work. What we talked about. You just look at creators in your niche, you look at your own numbers, you blast some music, drink some coffee, very, very low cortisol work kind of stuff. Then we have writing the lists after the research, which is like 1 hour. We have giving it to the creator, the communication, rechecks, whatever it is. And maybe like the, posting videos, the backend, keeping it alive type stuff. And then let's say on top of it, like creating more accounts, keeping the Instagram healthy, posting stories. Okay. And I'd say the easiest way to go about it is, I think from most things what to do is also what we're talking about, as well as like watching the course or like giving chatter feedback, creator acquisition. Write down exactly what you need to do on a daily basis, how long that takes. And as annoying as it is, coming from someone who's very unstructured by nature as well, like my brain goes 50 different directions, as you can hear by hearing me talk. Set yourself just the calendar blocks and force you to take them seriously for a week. Because instead of waking up and being like, fuck, what do I focus on today? If from whatever time you wake up, but from 10 a.m. to 10:30, I just start doing the research. Then this is the calendar block. It's like in school, like the mathematics or German lesson. Okay, this is my research block. If I have calls, I lay it around there. If I get notifications during that, I don't reply to them. And even if I don't feel like it, it's like gym, you just, now is my research time. You do that for all the other tasks where, they have an ROI, we evaluate it, that makes sense. Now, if you're done with that and all of these tasks, you do them correctly, that takes you maybe 5 hours, you're done. On the one hand, I've done the important stuff because that's your 20% of work that brings 80% of the effort, like the saying. That's your money-making activities done. Doing the IG list, doing my analysis, for example, chatter or chatting agency feedback, creator acquisition. I've done all of it. Theoretically, I've done my part. Everything you do afterwards, which is like, maybe I do more research, or you know what, maybe I post on Twitter.
It's like on top.
Yeah, it's on top, and it's like the same. It's like that's your minimum standard. That's like one thing I like because most people, when they don't stick to a habit, it's because they have too high of a standard. Like my standard is going to the gym at 5 a.m. every day. Half the time it's not going to happen because I have a flight, I was out drinking, I'm sick, it's never going to happen. And I don't stick to the habit. If I say, I'm going to have 30 minutes of activity every day, like whether it is taking a walk, going to the gym, I'm able to build the habit because even if I'm sick, I'm going to go for a walk. If I'm on a flight, I'm going to the gym in a hotel or like I'm walking around the airport, whatever it is. In the best case, I train for 4 hours, but in the worst case, I always do these things. And I also know I made progress. I think that's the thing with structure. You can structure yourself by like breaking the task down, having the calendar block, but it becomes very easy once you do it for 2 weeks and then it's a habit. It's like, yeah.
I would say like basically